Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Hopefully you're good. It went from being really warm to being really cold, literally overnight. It says that it's 50 degrees, and I think yesterday it was in like the very high 70s. So, I don't know. Weather is so weird. Weather is so weird. I have to say though, it being really mild in early November the last few days has really given me the itch to live somewhere that is warm all year. I don't know. I feel like every year I get older, I literally cannot stand the winter. Like, it's just so difficult. And I know that's something that is so kind of silly to complain about, but I've never been a winter person. I've never been a fall kind of person. I know a lot of people love fall, and that's awesome. But for me, fall is just not it. It's not a fun time. I don't like crispy mornings. I like warm mornings. But that's just me. Oh, and I wanted to say, so I found this sweater when we were moving. We were standing in the garage going through boxes of stuff that we hadn't gone through in ages. And I found some of my old clothes, and I found this sweater. This is a Banana Republic. It says that it's fine merino. I think that's a type of wool. But yeah, I found this sweater and I was so happy with myself. I'm like, well, us spending all that time going through those boxes, I actually found a couple things that I'd like to hold on to. There is a small hole in it. I should probably try to see if I can get that fixed, or try to fix it myself just so it doesn't continue to get bigger. But I was really happy with myself. This is a really nice sweater and it has pockets, and I'm happy. So either way. Oh, so the first thing I want to talk about, I want to rant about this TikTok trend that I saw going around over the last week or so. And people are putting their Ring video camera footage on TikTok or Instagram, showing kids stealing candy from their front porches. Let's see. You'll get a lot of people who are either not home, or they're out, maybe because they're out trick-or-treating with their own children, or they're at an event, or some people just don't like to answer the door every single time there's a trick-or-treater that comes by, whatever it is. So they'll put their candy on their front porch in a big bowl and a sign, and it'll say, please take one, or whatever. Some people don't even put a sign, whatever. So that's all fine. But people are putting up their doorbell footage of children, not blurring their faces, not, protecting the kids' identities. And they're outing these kids for either taking more than one piece of candy, or a couple kids did take the whole thing. And look, kids are going to be kids. Is it really that big of a deal that you need to blast them on TikTok so that your video can get viewed, while you're simultaneously outing a child? Any of us that are adults We've been kids, okay? And I can guarantee you, speaking from my own, personal experience, I was not an angel child, okay? I did some things as a kid that would probably be frowned upon by certain people. Kids are going to be kids. Kids are mischievous. Kids are going to try to bend the rules, and they're going to try to do things when they think nobody is looking that they might get away with. I don't understand this. I don't understand why you would take that and use it as a way to say, oh, shame on these kids. These are bad kids. Shut up. It's a bowl of candy. Like, honestly, if you're that upset, don't put candy out. If you need to supervise your candy ration, then hand it out yourself. Don't put a bowl outside unsupervised and leave it for people to do what they want with it. Kids are going to be kids. Like, I just don't understand. I was shocked by the amount of videos that I saw of people outing these kids. There were many videos, not from the same person, but literally, like, shut up. Just shut up, please. Like, there are so many things to be upset about in this world. A child who is, 7 years old, doesn't need to be outed on your social media page just so you can say shame on this kid. Shut up. I've been keeping an eye on this whole Doherty Dozen situation just because Alicia and her content are interesting to me. And since I've been covering her for, a long time now, in the grand scheme of things, I've covered her for a long period of time. I think I started talking about her in April of this year. And I've been keeping up, and I've been watching, and I've been, collecting my own thoughts. Some of the people who are invested in her and her content, some of y'all have taken your hatred and allowed it to consume you. It's quite sad, some of the things that I see being posted and published and said about this woman. I don't like Alicia. I do not respect her. I do not care for her exploiting her children and oversharing. But I see some of the language that's used when people talk about her, and it's truly shocking. And just know, like, as a blanket statement from me, because I get DMs from y'all saying, oh, did you see this video? Did you see that? Did you? As a blanket statement, if there's anyone out here just flying off the handle and name calling and calling, if like one of the main things that you can add to the conversation is to call someone disgusting and call someone gross, I don't care for that. I don't like it. I don't approve of it. I'm not interested in watching that type of content or consuming those comments from people. I'm here to have a little bit of a more in-depth conversation about family vloggers. I think that most of y'all know that by now, that I'm here to talk about things in a little bit more detail, and I'm not here to just point and laugh at somebody or call them disgusting because I don't like this, really silly thing that they're doing. Now, obviously, you are disgusting if you're actually like out here caught red-handed, like abusing animals and children and, other people, then yeah, you're disgusting. But as far as like these kind of middle school conversations and jabs and insults, just know that I'm never going to be interested in that. I'm never going to co-sign it. I'm never going to say, oh, well, at least they're talking about someone that I don't like. Like, that's just not how I operate. If you do, that's okay. But I've said so many different times that it is an important conversation to talk about family vloggers. But I also think that sometimes commentary can have a really bad rap because of the toxicity that surrounds some people who are not able to talk about things from an educated and elevated standpoint, if that makes sense. And I'm not just talking about YouTubers, I'm talking about people on TikTok, I'm talking about comment sections, all of the above. I'm definitely not being a content cop. I know that some people like to say, oh, you're a content cop. I'm not a content cop. I just have an opinion and I share it. But I just think that that's important for me to make really clear, because I come across things online all the time, and I'm not gonna, I've put myself in a position in the past where it's come across as if I've co-signed other people's channels, and then the trouble that I get into is there's a video that I didn't see, or there's stuff going on that I'm not aware of, and it makes me look bad, and I'm unfairly aligned with people. And that's also why I don't come on my channel and constantly talk about other YouTubers, even if I'm if we're covering similar subjects, or maybe they've made a few videos that I found interesting. I'm just very reserved when it comes to talking about other YouTubers, because in the past I've gotten myself into a position where it's like, oh, you're aligned with this person, you're best friends, you're conspiring behind the scenes, and that's just unfair. So my remedy to that is to no longer talk about other YouTubers, and it's very rare when I do, but I don't know. The topic of family vlogging is an important conversation to have, and I will always stand by that. But I will also stand by the point that it's important to choose your words wisely and not just, create additional toxicity by becoming a jerk, And just to be clear, this is not solely in reference to Dad Challenge podcast. I've just seen a ton of toxicity all over many different platforms on tons of different topics. But because I talk a lot about family vloggers, I wanted to clarify that. I just wanted to kind of throw that in this video because I think it's really important. I always talk about the responsibility of having a platform, and I'm so thankful that I have my channel, and I will be forever grateful. But once in a while, it's also important for me to kind of clarify things. I did see that Brianna K is posting on her subscriber-only Instagram, whatever that is, site. Is it paywall, whatever? That she's going to start sharing certain stuff and collect questions so that people know what to buy. Like, if there's decorations in her house, then she'll tell you where to buy it. I think it's so funny how influencers find so many different ways to justify putting their content behind a paywall. I found that interesting the entire time that I've been online. It's like, how many different ways can you justify having an additional way for subscribers to pay you for content that should be free? Seen it with her, seen it with Love Meg. You know, Nikki Philippi is one who has, you know, her Patreon. And I just think it's really funny. It's like, do Patreon and, you know, get your bag and all that stuff. That's fine. But if you're putting stuff over there that isn't really worth anything and isn't anything special or unique, that's kind of where I'm start to like scratch my head. Like, what are you providing that's actually worth X number of dollars that you're asking subscribers to pay for? Are you giving them exclusive live streams? Are you giving them vlogs that you know, are not on YouTube and they're actually tailored to the people that are on Patreon and showing them stuff that they specifically requested? I don't know. I think the idea of paywalls and stuff is just very interesting, especially in this economy. Like, let's be honest, nobody has money to be giving these influencers. The reason why most of them are famous is because they were giving people free content. Cleaning hacks and decorate with me and vlogs and stuff for free. So yeah, of course people were paying you for it, but if you're going to do the same exact thing but put it behind a paywall, all you're doing is showing your, you know, greed. And like I said, most of the time it's not worth whatever it is that they're charging, because let's be honest, nobody needs to know all the crap that Brianna Kay has in her house. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts on a few different things. Hopefully this wasn't too boring or too rambly for you guys, but I'm going to get on with my day. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.